My name is Jesse Lee Henry Jr., and I live in Floresville, California. And here we go. Got to be good at doing the welding and winning medals. I won a medal for high school state champion for California for 1982 for welding. The teacher kind of pushed me into joining a club for industrial arts for welding, wood shops, electronics, and I really didn't want to do it, but since the teacher kind of put a lot of his hard work into me, I went ahead and did it. So I got to compete with other schools.
What were the competitions like?
Again, scary because they were big schools. My first competition was in Manteca with 500 students is who I competed against and won first place
Nice.
there and got to go to regional that was in LA with 1,500 students I competed against for the state and won first place. The welding, like I said, the scary part of competing with everybody, they gave us our medal to go do our welding tasks with, and we had 8 hours to do it in. I came back in 2 hours with mine. I was actually the first person to turn my medal in to the judges, and the judge looked at me and asked me if I didn't want to go back and check my welds over again to make sure I did them right. And I looked at him and said, no, I was done. I didn't know that the next person that turned theirs in was 4 hours later, and I just knew I had screwed up completely, that there was no way I was going to win this competition doing everything in 2 hours. So until it came to the awards ceremony, that
first place.
yeah, actually we thought one of my good buddies that went with me that competed, he was going to get like first or second or so, and it was funny because he had forgot to bring socks to wear. So here he was afraid he was going to get called up on the stage with no socks on. So I took my socks off and gave to him to put on. And he didn't get called up. I got called up. So apparently I had no socks on walking up there. Talking about being from a little bitty town. Never been to a big city before. Never been to LA. Yeah, it was just a different atmosphere from the little town I came from. Getting there in the evening, and we woke up in the morning of looking out the window of how foggy it was. And everybody laughed at me, thinking that I was weird. Because it wasn't fog, it was smog. The smog was so bad in LA, it looks like fog in the first part of the morning. And it burns off. So, yeah, it was different being in a big city. Appreciating what we had. I mean, just a tight community, knowing everybody in the town, where a big city like that, you wouldn't need to know a handful of people for being different. So coming back to a smaller town, you knew everybody. Everybody knew you. Everybody got along. You didn't have the violence. You didn't have the crime that didn't exist here. No, there's not. You have to make up things as you grow up. You didn't have movie theaters and boulevard strips to go cruising on. So we would get together on Friday evenings or Saturday evenings, a bunch of us, and go out and meet either out in the woods or somewhere in town.
And do what?
Uh, Try to stay out of trouble or just turn around and play games and stuff. Every once in a while, when we were a little older, go out and drink. Oh, when in our drinking days, once we really got kind of buzzed, we would take tennis balls and dip them in kerosene. And we had a local tennis court here in town. We would go inside and light the tennis balls on fire and play kill ball. 5 people on one side and 5 people on the other side. You take that tennis ball, grab it real quick, and throw it at the other person on the other side. So when it hit them, it left a nice circle of flames burning on them. So it's dark. You really can't see the other person of where they're at. But boy, you could sure see that flaming tennis ball go across the and how quick you would try to dodge from getting hit with it.
That's crazy.
That was entertainment. That was entertainment for us. Our parents, I mean, they didn't know we were over there throwing flaming tennis balls, but they knew we were in the tennis court, so we had to be safe.